And construction's not done yet. They plan on building the trail from Valley Forge all the way down to Fort Mifflin in South Philly. For Temple Update, I'm Dave Halgash. Now the new lounge is set to open up in January, just in time for that cold winter. For Temple Update, I'm Dave Halgash. I'm Dave Halgash. Coming up on Temple Update, I'll show you where to find the new boardwalk in town. The newest addition to the Schuylkill Trail is a 2,000-foot boardwalk connecting the South Street Bridge to Locust Street. The concrete path offers convenience, scenery, and a solution to move the trail past Locust Street.
Nobody that came down that trail to Locust Street didn't want to take a walk on that boardwalk because, in fact, many more people came just to take that walk on it.
The path that is less than 3 weeks old is now a destination point for thousands of people. Since the opening, there have been over 19,000 boardwalk travelers a week. But joggers and bikers aren't the only ones taking to the trail. Both commuters and tourists are taking advantage of the scenic path.
It's wonderful being by the water. It's great, so it really motivated me to get out, and I certainly need the exercise, so it's wonderful. Any motivation is great.
With pillars driven 15 feet into the rock, the boardwalk is meant to withstand a beating. From weight of the people on the bridge to the chance of the Schuylkill flooding, no detail has been overlooked.
We didn't want to use wood on the boardwalk because it is going to be underwater from time to time. Wood gets to be a real maintenance problem. Wood warps, wood decays. A boardwalk won't do that, and it's easier to clean up. And construction's not done yet. They plan on building the trail from Valley Forge all the way down to Fort Mifflin in South Philly. For Temple Update, I'm Dave Halgash.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No.
Temple University students are one of the many groups that protested last week in light of the recent decisions about Mike Brown and Eric Gardner. After the grand jury decided not to charge the police officers involved in the deaths of both men, Temple students made their way through campus in protest. Students laid on the ground for 4 minutes and 30 seconds to represent the 4 hours and 30 minutes Michael Brown's body laid on the street in Ferguson. Students performed the die-ins at Leacourse Walk, the library, and ended up finishing out their protest in the Student Center, where students had the chance to speak out about the recent events.
I would call it some kind of just general respect. Go to Temple University where it's some of the most active people I've ever seen, and when they have something to say, it gets said here. And I figured, how are we going to be a part of that?
Memorials continued Tuesday night as students gathered at the bell tower for a candlelight vigil to speak out for the black community. More than 50 students and community members gathered to listen to songs, poems, and talks addressing the recent events. Protest leaders made it apparent that they will not let this issue be brushed under the rug. For Temple Update, I'm Dave Halgash. On the corner of Berks and Warnock Streets, Temple students will have a new lounge to wait for their trains, buses, or even just a place to get out of the weather. The new commuter lounge will offer TVs, lockers for storage, and a small kitchenette for students to make a quick snack. Accompanying the new lounge will be a Sage Cafe, currently being built right next door.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great asset for any commuter student in terms of just having a place of refuge, if you will, during the day. If they didn't want to go to the library or the student center, they could come here.
The $275,000 project will be a student-only facility. However, the cafe will be open to the public. One commuter, Tom Kelly, knows the struggle behind commuting and is excited for the new addition.
Commuting's tough sometimes. You get up early in the morning, you have nothing to do when you get to school, so it gets tough. So you want to get breakfast and stuff, you want to relax when you get to school, but there's not always somewhere to go.
After last year's harsh winter, James Creedon wanted to make sure students would have shelter in case of delays, cancellations, or even just a bitter cold.
The train platform had all kinds of problems with students waiting. I remember being up there with them for about 3 hours waiting for my train, thinking it'd be great if we had somewhere nearby. I was trying to figure out when to get them in the warehouse, just to stay warm, but then we couldn't communicate with when the trains were coming. And so that, I think.
Now the new lounge is set to open up in January, just in time for that cold winter. For Temple Update, I'm Dave Halgash.